All right, what's up, weirdos? Good morning. Bitcoin making some moves, guys, rejecting off the 100-day moving average right now as we speak. The 100 sitting at 97,361. We're sitting just below it here, guys. It is rejecting off of it right now. Can we break above the 100-day moving average and continue on? Or will we reject hard off the 100-day and then come back down and retest 94? Going to be interesting either way, guys. Bitcoin sitting at 97,381. We're just above it right now. Nice. Let's go, baby. We got to close above the 100-day moving average. That's what we want to see. Close above that. CME gap at 96 is filled. Let's continue moving to the upside. How the hell is everybody today? It's a great day to have a great day, guys. Let's get into the chat. 0 super chats to start the stream. Let's see what's going on. David, the first like of the day. My guy, my dude, thank you so much. Hope we hit 98K today. Let's go. Hey, we're almost there, buddy. We're almost there, man. Amen to that. Let's go. Oh, House says, good morning, Rob. My credit card was compromised. Updated my info with my new card, but think it will charge me the new membership price. I don't want to lose that grandfathered price. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that, oh House. If I lower it for you, I have to lower it across the board for the entire Patreon, right? I can't go in and alter one person's payment or price. I don't have that ability. So that's I know it's circumstances out of your control, but like I had one of my team members there put out a post on the Patreon about 2 weeks ago, just about reminding people to make sure that they're staying up to date on their payment methods, because if you lose your entry point, there's nothing we can do about it, right? Quentin, my guy, got the NFT picture now, my dude. Passenger, good morning. Everything's looking good as expected. Soon altcoins will start recovering to highs from October's crash. Let's go, baby. I am down with that. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Everything is up again today on the daily. The weekly looks starting to look pretty juicy. I dig it, man. I dig it. Alfredo, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Ken, good morning. I hope this pump continues. Exciting times. Let's go, baby. 100% agree with that, man. Let's get it. There she is, guys. The one and only, the Gamma Goddess. She says, happy Wednesday, Rob and Crypto Fam. Let's go Bitcoin. Let's get this money, baby. Absolutely. Carl, good morning, Rob and chat. What's going on, man? Gengar's in the house. Crypto J505. My daughter's favorite Pokemon. Let's go. Guys, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. It's absolutely free to do. It helps the channel grow. We have 82 people watching. We have 39 likes. Not bad, but we can get up higher. We can get higher, guys. William, I know you don't use Coinbase, but I'm able to buy ZBEC on their main website and Pico since 3 a.m. Central Time, but there's some other people that can't. Get to it. Any thoughts on that? Well, I know that I think Coinbase was starting to list basically all the Solana coins on the Solana network, so that's probably why. So, but it's very, very encouraging, and I love to see that you can now buy Pico on Coinbase. Absolutely fantastic. Amazing Coins in the house. What's going on, man? Dave, what's up, man? Good to see you. Kind of losing my voice a little bit today, guys. Still a little sick, but what do we got? All American Meathead. To the moon, Alice. Let's frickin' go. Yo, let's go. Thoughts on SHDW? Let's have a looky-loo. Let's have a little looky-loo. SHDW? Shadow token? I got Shadow token and I got Shadow swap token. Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about this one? Shadow token? I assume. High risk, high reward. It's on Solana. I like that. Only has an $8 million market cap. It's a storage coin. Nice. Made in USA, DPIN. I do like storage. I know a lot of people don't think it's a very sexy narrative, but you know what? You need it. You need it, right? All-time high, $2.82 in the last bull run. Crypto.com, Coinbase, yeah. I give it one thumbs up, man. I give it one thumbs up. Blair, where have you been? What level do we need to close above to go to new all-time high? If we're going to see Bitcoin go to new all-time highs and alts to follow, we need Bitcoin to close 2 full-body weekly candles above the 50-week moving average. So right now that's sitting at about $101,000. Has the new pricing kicked in? What new pricing? I don't know what new pricing you mean. Barely getting time after the wedding, man. Yes, congratulations. I hope it was absolutely super fantastic. Maddie dropping that cheddar. Can't allow no super chats. Thanks again for all you do, Matt. Thanks for stepping up, brother. I appreciate you, man. I do. I know the view, like, people aren't really paying much attention to crypto YouTube right now. So thank you so much for supporting the channel, guys. Even in the slow times, it means a lot. Hybrid Dad, it's crazy how your possible high for ZBEC in October is what people are calling for now. People will pretend you didn't, though. Gotta give you your flowers, brother. Much love and God bless. Thank you so much, man. You know, it's nice when people remember, you know, and support me. So thank you so much, Hybrid Dad. I appreciate you, brother. Norbert, we're just sitting at the 50-week moving average. Hope it breaks through. The 100-day moving average is what we're sitting at. H. Barbarina in the house. Sucks because I just got my new card number. Yeah, I know, man. I wish I could do something. I thought all prices was going to say no. That was what we did. Was we put out some ideas and we requested feedback from everybody. And the feedback we got, we've taken and we've considered everything, but we haven't changed. The only thing we changed on the Patreon right now is more. We increased the amount of Patreon lives and coaching calls. That's what we did so far. Wedding was stunning with God's grace. Absolutely, amen to that. So we're planning to sell around 100K still, boss. What I would do, Blant, watch the replay for the Patreon live last night because I break down the plan in great detail. So watch yesterday's Patreon live and you'll understand exactly what the plan is. So we're caught up in the chat, guys. We got 101 people watching. We got 50 likes. Not bad, guys. Let's get to 100. Let's get it to 100. And let's get into the news, guys. Let's see what's going on. First, let's jump over to X, see what's happening over there. There is a ZBEC Spaces today, guys. I will be covering it, and I will be releasing the video this afternoon. So, and then we have this update for the staking for ZBEC. They said the ZBEC staking is temporarily paused. And Rue and I talked about this in the live stream last night. So basically, they've paused for a week. So we're suspecting that after that pause in staking, we're hoping that the super app is launching, and then we can start staking on the super app for ZBEC. That's what we're targeting here. So big things, guys. Big things for ZBEC. True 100-day moving average, but also the 50-week. Yes. Oh, the 50-week. Yes. Okay. Nice to see you, Paul. Good to see you, my friend. Miller Mountain in the house. What's going on? Ditto. What's up, man? Hey, Rob. Happy Wednesday. What a time to be alive. Yes, just like CM Punk says, this is a great day to be alive on crypto YouTube. Absolutely. Let's keep it rolling, guys. So hopefully the super app coming out here. I shared this over on the Patreon last night, guys. Wanted to have a little looky-loo at it. This would be nice. This would be nice, right? 215K Bitcoin by March, by the end of March. Let's go. And then down. I mean, hey, 2026 bull run schedule, January accumulation, February Bitcoin rally, March altcoin season, April Bitcoin all-time high, 215K. May, you get the bull trap. June, forced liquidations. July, bear market. And then we bottom out sometime around September, October. That would be fantastic. Let's go. I'm down for it, man. Ray, what's happening, brother? Good to see you, man. Brandon says, if you think you're currently staking ZBEC, it will automatically convert into the super app. I think, really? Because as far as I know, the staking is disabled right now. It's disabled. Yeah, so looking good anyways, guys, for ZBEC. Let's continue on. What else do we have? Like I said, here we have the spaces for ZBEC on Facet and ZBEC. I will be covering this later this afternoon, 4 p.m. I will release the video covering the spaces that they're talking about. I love how transparent ZBEC is, guys. I absolutely love it. They're always doing these spaces and staying in constant communication and updating the community. It's absolutely fantastic. What else do we have, guys? What else is going on out there today? Well, the next step for the crypto market structure bill, U.S. Senate Committee of Agriculture Chair John Boozman has released a schedule for the rescheduled committee markup, now set for Tuesday, January 27th at 3 p.m. Eastern to 2 p.m. Central. So not happening today, guys. Not happening, right? January 27th. This markup is key procedural step as the crypto market structure bill moves closer to advancing through Congress. You'll love to see it. So a date to keep your eyes on, guys. January 27th. Keep an eye out. ZBEC feels like the next Apple Microsoft to me. Yes. Or XRP. Absolutely. Continuing on, what else do we have here? Guys, listen, could see a little bit of volatility later. I do not have any confirmed sources on this. Right now, it's just a post on X, but it is something you have to take into consideration. And the insider wallet with 100% win rate just opened a $75 million short ahead of Trump's economy bill signing today. This wallet has perfectly called every market top and just went all in once again. So are we going to see a dump later today as a result? Again, I would stress, keep in mind, there is no confirmed sources of this. It's just a post on X. So take it with a grain of salt, but keep it in the back of your mind. Could we see a dump later today? Maybe. Possible, right? All right. What else do we have? AI will be huge this cycle. Absolutely. Absolutely. Aloha from Hawaii. Johnny's in the house. What's up, man? What do you think will happen to Ondo's price action on January 18th release of the tokens? Ken, actually, funny story. I actually made a breakdown video of that very topic on the Patreon about a month ago, targeting the January 18th token unlock for Ondo. So make sure you go watch it. But what I will say is this. Last year when they had their token unlock of the exact same amount of tokens, what happened was the price of Ondo dumped before the token unlock and went on a nice rally immediately after the token unlock. Will the same thing happen this time? Only time will tell. Pump Wednesday, let's go. Absolutely. All right, so just in, banks target interest-paying stablecoins in the Clarity Act. Now, this is important, guys. This tells you everything you need. This is why you do not want to do business with the likes of JP Morgan. JP Morgan CFO says, this is, and you can't make this stuff up, guys. Stable coins that pay interest, right? Stable coins that pay interest are obviously dangerous and undesirable. To who? To who? Who are stable coins that pay interest are obviously dangerous and undesirable? That doesn't make any sense. 60% of the time, it works every time, right? Like what? Who is it dangerous and undesirable for? So it is dangerous and undesirable for me to be able to gain staking rewards or yield interest on my stablecoins. That's dangerous. Stay away from getting paid extra money for your stablecoins. That's danger, man. Danger, stranger danger, right? So that tells you everything you need to know. They'll say things that don't even make any sense. What sense does that make? it's obviously dangerous and undesirable for you to get interest payments on your stablecoin. What? Is anybody drinking this Kool-Aid? You know? Ben, what's up, buddy? I sent you a Sissy Bear DM vent already in another long. Nice. Yeah, I have like I have how many DMs? I have 12 DMs I got to get to this morning. We'll probably get to them shortly after the live stream, so I will get to all of them. Are we still buying Miria? I will be buying more Miria when it gets down to the bottom of the bear market. I'm going to cut my cost average down by about 2/3 on Miria. Or, I mean, you could now, really. I mean, you can get a crap load of Miria for $100. I mean, it's not financial advice, but you can definitely lower your cost average, which would lower your exit price point, right? Dave, hey, brother man, what are your thoughts on tariffs getting reversed? Are we totally screwed? Actually, I think it's going to be bullish for markets, not bearish for markets. I think you could see a little bit of a dip when it's announced, but as far as I know, that decision was put off, wasn't it? They didn't make that decision today. I think it was put off. It's dangerous and undesirable for banks. Yeah, exactly. Dangerous for the banks. Exactly. They're trying to convince retail that it's dangerous for them. Like, okay. Unbelievable, man. You can't make this stuff up. You really can't, right? So yeah, as far as the tariff rulings, like we see here, 70% chance the Supreme Court rules against Trump's tariffs today. But as far as I know, they pushed that ruling off again, right? So it will not happen today. And Bitcoin responded very nicely, $97,450. Very nice. Very nice. Yes, you like it. All right. Let's get into a couple of stories, man. Let's get into a couple of these stories. I feel like we'll get 100K retail re-entry FOMO. Think a lot are watching the charts. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. There's going to be, once Bitcoin gets back to the 50-week moving average, there's going to be a big battle between the bulls and the bears. There's going to be a lot of wicks to the up and down side. So, yeah, man, they delayed. Yeah, I thought so. Tom Lee's Bitmine stakes 1.53 million Ethereum and aims for over $1 million in daily staking revenue. Guys, I told you guys that this was going to happen with yield on these projects for companies that are utilizing tens of millions of dollars, right? Tom Lee's Bitmine has made a significant move by staking 1.53 million Ethereum, amounting to around 5.13 billion in total value. The company's made headlines with its goal to reach $1 million or more in daily staking revenue. This decision follows a series of strategic investments strengthening Bitmine's position in the crypto space. In the last 10 hours, Bitmine has staked 186,560 Ethereum, valued at approximately $624.8 million. The total Ethereum held by Bitmine now stands at 4.168 million, making it about 3.45% of the total Ethereum supply. Of this amount, 1.53 million Ethereum is staked, and the company is aiming for a substantial increase in daily staking revenue as it scales its operations. According to reports, Bitmine's unrealized profit and loss stands at $962.8 million. Tom Lee, the chairman of Bitmine, has been vocal about the company's plans. We are targeting to earn over $1 million a day in staking revenue at scale. This aggressive approach to staking is in line with Bitmine's goal to hold 5% of the total Ethereum supply in the near future. The move demonstrates Bitmine's strong commitment to the Ethereum ecosystem and its ambition to become a key player in the crypto market. Apart from its Ethereum holdings, Bitmine also has $988 million in cash reserves. The company holds additional assets in other cryptocurrencies, including 193 Bitcoin. This diversified portfolio positions Bitmine to maintain liquidity while expanding its cryptocurrency holdings. BitMine's total crypto and cash assets now approach $15 billion, making it one of the most well-funded entities in the space. As BitMine continues to accumulate more Ethereum, it plans to leverage its cash reserves for further expansion. The company has expressed its intention to increase its crypto holdings to 5% of the total Ethereum supply in the future. The strategy could allow BitMine to scale operations quickly and efficiently while maintaining a strong financial base. In addition, BitMine's annual shareholder meeting is set for January 15th, that's tomorrow, at the Wynn Las Vegas, according to BMNR Bulls report. The meeting will feature guest speakers, including Ethereum creator Vitalik Buterin and OpenAI CEO Sam Altman. These influential figures are expected to provide valuable insights into the future of blockchain and artificial intelligence. Tom Lee emphasized the importance of the meeting, saying it will outline BitMine's roadmap for 2026. We are looking at 4 pillars of growth that go beyond Ethereum staking, he said. The company is expected to discuss expansion plans and additional strategies. I wonder if they'll start getting into other things like Solana as well. That would be very, very interesting, right? Very, very interesting. Hugo! Fun fact, he says, YLDS is the only FCC-approved stablecoin that gives yield 3%, if I'm not mistaken. Nice. No decision today on the tariffs. They'll probably wait after the close on Friday. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, Carl. I wouldn't be surprised. All right, continuing on. So we have the biggest players in the game continuing to buy and stake, while the small fish like you and I are sitting around pooping our little panties, being afraid of daily market volatility. Mantra announces layoffs following $6 billion token collapse and market pressure. If you recall, guys, we covered this story a few months ago, the complete collapse of Mantra. Well, now they're laying off employees. Not a good time to be investing into Mantra, in my opinion. Again, it's not financial advice, but let's go have a look at it. Let's look at the Mantra chart right now. Let's go. So yes, daily time frame. Let's zoom out a little bit here. Yeah, look at that collapse, guys. Oof. Remember I covered this story a couple months ago? Look at that collapse. Oh, imagine being a holder when this happened. Poof. Man, devastation. What was that? That was a drop of 92.26% in one day. That's enough to make you pregnant right there. Holy smokes. Yeah, complete collapse and's done nothing but trend sideways since then. Now they're laying off employees. This thing, for me personally, guys, nothing against people who hold Mantra, nothing against the project, but for me, this thing is dead in the water, in my opinion, right? Completely done. But who knows? I could be wrong. Okay? I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. But it doesn't look good. I think you can agree. Not a good time to be buying it. Okay, what else do we have? You know what? Let's go over to... Yeah, that's right. We didn't cover this, really. We'll probably talk more about it later tonight in the live. But core PPI came in at 3%, expected at 2.7, so it came in a little bit hotter than expected in the PPI. CPI was fine yesterday, though, so I think it averages out pretty good. Yeah, but the market did not respond negatively about that, so that's good. All right, what else do we have? Metal Detecting England. Hello, everyone. Hey, Rob. Do we think Jasmine's going to hit 3 cents this year? Yes, I think it's very possible. 3.5 cents, maybe. Let's go, everyone. Angelo in the house. Stop selling and let's move up. There you go. All right, over at Squawk Box, the the prediction markets. What we believe prediction markets should be federally regulated. Guys, I will be using a lot of, we will be investing a lot over in our VIP community on the Patreon with prediction markets. We're going to try to get as early into being able to invest in prediction markets as possible, because right now you can't. You cannot invest in a company that is in the prediction markets right now. I've already looked into it, but you can utilize it as a tool, right, for good information. So we will be doing a lot of that over in our Patreon throughout 2026.
Market companies like Kalshi, Robinhood, and Crypto.com have formed a new coalition. Its focus is to ensure that federal law, not a patchwork of state regulations, will govern that industry. Leading the group is someone who's familiar with Capitol Hill, former Congressman Sean Maloney. He is now the CEO of the Coalition for Prediction Markets. We want to point out that CNBC does have a data sponsorship with Kalshi, but Sean, thank you for being with us today. Let's talk about your joining at this moment in time. It's a pretty big move for an industry that I think feels like it is under attack.
Well, thanks for having me on, and thanks for pointing out that CNBC uses Kalshi data. I mean, you know, one of the things that's amazing about prediction markets is that Donald Trump could tell you that prediction markets predicted his election when the polls didn't, and Zohran Mamdani in New York City is a big fan and brags about his Kalshi odds. So what we know is that these markets have excited Americans. Millions of Americans find them useful, and there's a really interesting policy conversation going on, and I want to be part of it.
Lobbying groups typically are pretty low key. They just say they're there for the promotion of the industry. If you go to the website for you all, though, on the very front page, it says the framework, the federal framework that you all operate under, is under attack by state casino regulators seeking to block consumer access and extend their own authority. That is your number one mission right now, and it sounds like this is a critical time, you think.
Well, look, this is a derivatives market, and it's federally regulated by the CFTC. We think that's the best system, and we know that because we've got a century of experience on this. I've served on that committee in Congress. I ran a derivatives software risk management company at an earlier part of my career. We want strong federal regulation by the CFTC, so there are clear rules and clear protections. And we have the types of things like bans on insider trading and know your customer rules and money laundering protections, just like we do in other markets. And we don't have a race to the bottom in these state by state, more easily influenced venues. And we know there are people out there who don't like that, but you know, they have an economic reason to feel that way. And we just want to be part of the conversation because we think that millions of Americans every day, and I'm sure a lot of folks watch the show, love prediction markets, find them useful tools in their lives, and we think it should be federally regulated, and that's the point of the coalition.
All right, Sean, let's talk a little bit about Polymarket and this person who opened an account there, made $400,000 on Maduro being taken out. I realize Polymarket is not part of your coalition. I realize they are not monitored by the CFTC, but what do you say as an industry organization looking at all of this to try and reassure people that there aren't insiders who are trading on these things, that you are watching this closely? How do you address that issue?
What I say is that's a very serious concern, and it is exactly why you want US-based, federally regulated, responsible actors in this space who already ban that type of activity, who have the type of know your customer rules that would tell you who made that trade so y'all could know. And if there were insider connections or improper activity going on, it would be illegal under federal law. That's a good system, and that's what we're fighting for. You're right, that trade happened on a platform and an entity that's not part of this coalition, and it's for a reason. It's because we represent the folks who are here in the US, playing by the rules, and we think that's the best way to go.
So there have been people who have wondered in the media, is Polymarket going to join your coalition? It sounds like they're not welcome.
Well, look, I mean, I think that what you're seeing in the space right now is you're seeing a lot of companies decide that the model of federal regulation as a US-based platform makes the most sense. So I think you'll see a convergence around that. And it's important that we encourage it because we don't want to push folks who are using prediction markets to offshore platforms where there are not the protections we have under US law. We want good, clean markets, just like we have in other contexts. It's an evolving asset class, and we want it done the right way. And so what you'll see, if we get the policy right, is you'll see it converge around the healthiest form of activity that's here in the US, well regulated at the federal level.
The American Gaming Association, which is a casino and sports betting coalition and lobbying organization, has launched this kind of attack on what's happening with some of the very prediction markets you're talking about. It's caused a falling out with Fanatics, FanDuel, and others. I think DraftKings, all three of them have quit recently over that issue. What do you think of what the American Gaming Association is doing?
Well, look, I mean, they have a business to protect, and they're trying to stick up for their model. But look, this is much bigger than that. You have 45% of Americans, I think, under 50 who are now using prediction markets, or it's millions of folks. And the fact is that it's much bigger than the traditional old gambling model. It's not gambling at all. These are event contracts traded on federally regulated derivatives exchanges. There are attacks coming from people who see this as a threat to their business. That's not a surprise. But the fact is that millions of Americans love prediction markets. They find them useful in their lives for all kinds of reasons. They can trade on their expertise in ways that they find really meaningful. And the fact is that these are derivative contracts that are federally regulated by the CFTC. And there'll be room for casinos in the future. There'll be room for sports books. But the fact is that this is a different type of asset class that deserves good federal regulation. And there'll be some economic disruption, but that's the American economy. There's nothing new.
Just very quickly, are there any lines that you don't think should be crossed in terms of what you can make a prediction on? Should you be able to do that if it comes to war, to terrorism, to coups, specific acts of violence?
Well, absolutely. And the CFTC has very strong standards on that. And the fact is that every contract that's listed on a prediction market in a US-based platform has to be approved by the CFTC or done under their regulation. And and there's a very fair conversation about what types of contracts should be listed, and that is the role of a strong federal regulator. It's one it's used to playing, and one that will continue and that we support.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, some things should be off limits, right? Obviously, for prediction markets. I mean, that kind of goes without saying, right? And another thing is, I think Chairman Richie Torres is trying to pass legislation that Congress can't bet on prediction markets either, right? Because especially if they are influential people, in whatever decision, right? Like, for example, they're going to bomb someone or something like that, right? In the prediction markets, and then they bet on that they're going to do it, and then they go do it, right? Like, that's, obviously a conflict of interest. So, absolutely. My card is about to expire. I think you just go into your account over there and change your payment method. That's all. Thank you, Rob. Looking forward for the Jazz. Yeah, there's still 2 more parts to the Jasmine documentary, possibly another third, so like a third one, possibly. So, Jetpack, shout out to Rob and the Future Family. XDB chain up 24%. Nice. XDB, we love it, guys. One of our faves. Let's have a look. 24.75%. Nice. XDB chain, guys. Don't sleep on it. Not financial advice, but she's one of my faves. She's one of my faves. Right. Let's continue on. Hey, Rob, what's the chances of Swift going back to at least 2 cents to 3 cents? It's possible. It's possible. She's being messy. Yeah. Chart is insane. Do your own research. Nice. Nice. Blessings, John. Good to see you. BTC is ripping 97.5, baby. You'll love to see it. All right. Hidden bullish divergence signals Bitcoin rally ahead. What the heck is this about now? Bitcoin traders are closely watching the charts as key technical patterns known as hidden bullish divergence are formed. the setup that often precedes strong upward moves in price, this pattern typically suggests that momentum is building beneath the surface, even as price appears to move sideways or slightly down. The immediate level to watch is 116,652's resistance. If Bitcoin can push past this critical point, it could signal the beginning of a powerful breakout. This resistance zone, listen, that could be the start of a powerful push. It would take a powerful push just to get to 116K. The resistance zone has historically acted as a barrier, but with bullish momentum and market optimism returning, the chances of breaching it are rising. Still pretty slim, though, at this point. Hidden bullish divergence strengthens the case for this breakout, hinting that bulls are gaining ground even while price action remains relatively stable. Once Bitcoin clears this level, a run toward new highs becomes possible. Should the breakout occur, Bitcoin's next key price target stands at 165,745, a massive 72% leap from current levels. This target aligns with broader market sentiment and technical projections, especially as macro conditions, institutional interest, and crypto adoption continue to support long-term growth. For now, traders and investors are closely watching. So listen, guys, don't get too far ahead of yourselves here. It's going to take a monster move just to get back to 116. We would have to reclaim the 50-week moving average. That in itself is going to be a battle. So I think this article is getting a little bit ahead of themselves, but it's nice to be nice, right? So we'll see what happens. U.S. Senate's Agriculture Committee sets January 27th for Clarity Act markup. So we kind of touched on it. So the Nutrition and Forestry has set January 27th for its markup hearing for the crypto market structure bill, which is touted to bring clarity and certainty to the markets. In an announcement on Monday, the committee, which oversees the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, confirmed that its final markup will take place in 6 days after the release of the legislative text on January 21st. Quote, the schedule ensures transparency and allows for thorough reviews, and the committee moves forward legislation to provide clarity and certainty for the crypto markets, says John Bozeman. So blah, blah, blah. They pushed it off till the 27th. It's a pretty big month this month, guys. There's a lot of stuff going on. Let's get over to French Hill talking on Squawk Box about the Powell probe and high construction costs don't justify accusing someone of crime. Okay, let's get into it.
Yet another swipe at Fed Chair Jay Powell, calling him incompetent.
And we're buffering all of a sudden.
And crooked. Joining us now, Congressman French Hill is the chairman of the Financial Services Committee. And Congressman, it's good to see you.
Joe, Happy New Year. Good to be with you.
Yeah, you too. I was doing the math. So you worked with Jay Powell going all the way back to the first Bush, which was, I was trying to figure that out. It's at least 35 years.
A few semesters ago.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Many moons ago. I think your comment was he's a person of the highest integrity, and the subpoenas could undermine this and future administration's ability to make sound monetary policy decisions. Across the board, I think on both sides of the aisle, heard a lot of things. I guess even Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent reportedly talked to the president and said there's a lot on the plate of the Treasury Department. We don't need this. You think there's anything to this at all? I read one Republican lawmaker who said that I'm sure, I doubt he hasn't done well and he's been evasive and he didn't think he was a great Fed chair, but he said he probably hasn't done anything criminal. That's about the worst thing I could find anyone to say.
Here's the thing, guys. Again, I talked about this yesterday. It's not about whether he did anything illegal or not, right? Trump has no interest in winning a case against Powell. right? This is about Powell wants to stick around as a commissioner at the Federal Reserve after his term is over as the chair. Trump wants him out. The easiest way to get the chair or a commissioner out of the Federal Reserve is if there is a criminal investigation on them, right? It's that simple. It's chess. It's 3D chess.
Well, look, Fed independence doesn't mean the Fed or the Fed governors or the chairman are immune from criticism. That's absolutely the fact. And I've disagreed with Jay over many years about the direction of bank supervision, or certainly the direction of monetary policy as we came out of the pandemic at the end of 2020 and early 2021. I think they were too slow to take their foot off the gas, combined with Joe Biden's excessive spending, and I think that contributed to the 40-year high in inflation. But with that said, the Congress does oversight of the Fed on a regular basis, and the idea that we want to get to the details of the construction project at the Fed and understand that completely, that's a perfectly good oversight set of questions. But in terms of being evasive, following that Senate testimony last year, the Fed released a whole series of frequently asked questions and a chronology of all the steps they had taken regarding those Fed building projects, which are expensive. And, you know, building anything is expensive after Biden's inflation, and building anything in Washington, D.C. with all the government regulations and environmental reviews and historic preservation issues, of course, is colossally expensive. And no one in Congress has a lot of patience for high construction costs. But that doesn't, you know, in my judgment, rise to the level of accusing someone of a crime.
So we don't know how this how this plays out. I guess at this we don't know what the Department of Justice might.
But we should be focused on
to do nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I think Scott Bessent's right. It's a distraction. Scott Bessent's right. We should be working in the executive and legislative branch on the goals that President Trump has and that we have, which is how do we recover from that Biden inflation, lower the cost of living for American citizens through, like my bill, 21st century housing that literally cuts the cost of constructing housing, makes housing more accessible, more available across the country. That's what we ought to be focused on.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, a distraction from what? What else? Things with crypto too, I guess, in your view.
Yeah, we've got, it's a good week in crypto in the sense that Senator Tim Scott is having a markup this coming Thursday, tomorrow, on the crypto legislation that we sent to the Senate last July. This is the market structure. This is the rules of the road for dealers, individuals, on how they will use digital assets and what the fit for purpose regulatory structure would be. So I'm really looking forward to that debate in the Senate tomorrow, and I hope this means that we're moving closer towards having a law that President Trump can sign, which is one of his commitments, to have both a stablecoin bill signed into law and a market structure bill. And then we can turn to community banking. How do we make community banks successful, more successful in this country? Because, Joe, when it comes to housing, banks under $10 billion, they make 60% of those 1 to 4 family housing construction loans. And so to me, housing and banking are linked as we try to come out from underneath the Biden regulatory system, the Biden inflation, and get this economy moving again in 2026.
The president, I don't know, he says he didn't know about this, but he's aware of what he wants to get done too. Do you expect that this gets put to rest pretty quickly? And that's what a lot of people would like, Republicans as well,
yeah.
that it's just put to bed and there's nothing here.
We need to put it to bed quickly, and I'll tell you why, because it's disrupting our work of oversight of the Fed. I anticipate Chairman Powell will not testify before the House and Senate in February because of this grand jury impanelment accusing him of perjury.
Who cares? What does any chair of any government agency, even though the Fed's not a government agency, what does any chair truly say when they testify in front of Congress? Nothing. They say nothing. They evade all the questions that they're asked. So who really gives a flying frog's arse if he testifies or not? He's not going to say anything anyway. He's going to be evasive. He's not going to answer questions. We went over this with Gary Gensler for years. right? So who cares if he testifies? It's not like he was gonna, it's not like chairs when they testify in front of Congress, just tell the truth and give out all these transparent answers and stuff. Like, what the hell who cares?
And I think that's going to cause him to not come before Congress for his biannual statutory obligated hearing, the Humphrey Hawkins hearing, where he comes to the House and comes to the Senate and talks about the economy, bank supervision, the important changes that we need to make in both those areas.
Congressman, let me ask you a very specific question. I don't know if you saw yesterday that former President Clinton and Hillary Clinton wrote a letter to Representative Comer about their investigation about Epstein and his efforts to try to get them to testify. And you'll see the connection in a moment. In the letter, they say, quote, "The Justice Department has been used as a weapon at the direction of the president to pursue political opponents." Do you believe that to be true?
Well, I think the Epstein case is, and the Clintons' involvement in it is just another, what I think is a big issue in Congress and around the country. People want these files released, and the Clintons are involved in it because the American people demanded Congress open every single file and have the least amount of redaction so that they can find out who was going back and forth with Jeffrey Epstein, a convicted pedophile. And, this is transparency that the American people wanted. I don't think that's geared towards the Justice Department engagement there and being used as a weapon.
Anyway, that doesn't matter. That's not what we're watching for. Couple of questions here. Hugo says, if I could predict how many times Rob gets misquoted on a daily, or better yet, by the hour, I'd be filthy rich. Yeah, no kidding, eh? It's crazy how many people will take about 15% of what you actually say, make up their own story, and say that you said it. It's insane. Derek, what's up, man? Has Kava released any news on X? I don't have social media. On X, yes, they, let's see. They're pretty active on X. Yeah, they released something yesterday. They pinned this 3 hours ago about World Liberty Financial, the future of finance being built right now. They posted yesterday. They posted twice yesterday, twice on the 12th, the 9th, the 8th. Yeah, they're pretty active on their socials. Powell says nothing on a regular basis anyway. Amen to that. Amen to that. So as you can see, guys, for Bitcoin, we are struggling with the 100-day moving average. We're sitting just below it right now. We wicked above it. We got to close above it if we want to continue up. Something tells me we're not going to be able to break above and close above the 100-day moving average today. But we'll see. We're struggling with it right now, which tells me probably not, right? But hey, a close where we are right now is not terrible. I would not be shocked, however, to eventually, maybe it takes a couple of days, but eventually come back down and test 94K as support, putting in another higher low, right? Higher low, higher low, higher low, putting in another higher low before bouncing and going even higher. So that's what I'll be watching for on Bitcoin here in the near term. So yeah, a little bit of choppy sideways action, a little bit of a correction back down to 94. Confirm 94's breakout as flipping that resistance into support, and away we go. So that's great. Kava has great rewards for staking. I appreciate that, brother. Hey, no problem, man. No problem. So yeah, all right, guys, listen, I will be back later tonight, 8 p.m. Central. Be here for the live and get over to our VIP community. I will be dropping another trade video over there today as well. Book your one-on-one coaching calls. Guys, listen, if you're in the red or you're in the green and you need a plan, you need a strategy for how to take profits, when to take profits, and what to do with those profits, or you just want to know which direction the market's going in and you want to be kept up to date on it, join our community today. The link is in the chat. It's in the pinned comments. It's in the description. It's less than the price of a cup of coffee, guys. So check it out today. Again, the link's down below. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.